When I was in the university, my roommate went into a graveyard and urinated on the grave of a priest. I can't remember if the grave belongs to the church priest or it belongs to the traditionalist. I mean, a native doctor. But one thing I know was that we all saw her in the graveyard, and after then, her life became a misery. In fact, my own life also became a misery. Should I say a nightmare? Maybe as I tell my story, you dictate if the grave belongs to a church priest or a traditionalist. So here is what happened. While in the university, in my third year, I had this roommate who lived an I don't care lifestyle. Her name is Victoria. She was the only daughter of a rich man, a top politician. I must say, she was my coursemate, my roommate and my age mate. We became friends after I helped her with a particular assignment that seemed tough for her in our year 2. It was a practical that we are meant to carry out. After we sourced for practical material, experimented it, and submit the final result to our lecturer together, we became close friends. In my third year, my landlord sold his house, and new landlord asked all the tenants to vacate urgently. I couldn't find another house to rent, so Victoria asked me to live with her. She was living in a student lodge, the most beautiful, expensive and popular student lodge off campus. Her lodge name was called Rich Babe. This was because students living in that lodge all had cars and all considered as rich men. Victoria living in a one-room apartment, and her room was spacious enough to accommodate 3 persons. As soon as I moved in, I started sharing her length with her, and that was how we became roommates. Victoria and I were so close friends that people think that we are sisters, sometimes twins. Victoria was a jovial, smart and easygoing girl. We share everything together, including our most top secrets. But she has one bad character which I have always told her about. She has a don't care lifestyle. And I don't care lifestyle, she don't care about consequences of things or her actions, especially when she wants to exhibit them. This I don't care lifestyle lead her to urinate on the grave of a dead man in a graveyard. It was a fateful Saturday evening. We are coming back from one of our coursemate traditional marriage. About 3 of us. We contributed money, hired 4 buses through and fro, and we went for the marriage. On our way coming back, we stopped to buy something at the market square of the community in Infact local government. If you are familiar with Imo State, or probably you know all the communities in Infact very well, you will know that there is a particular community that has a graveyard close to their market square. The graveyard is directly opposite an old government-built borehole which was next to their football field. I don't want to mention the name of the community because of some reasons, but those who knew the community or who are from there knows that is their community I'm talking about. The graveyard was close to the major road, which separates it from government-built borehole. So when other drivers stop and park their buses on the other side of the road for students to buy something, our driver also stopped, and instead of parking on the other side of the road where other drivers had parked, he went and parked on the other side of the major road, which was close to the graveyard. I was sitting close to Victoria when she decided to go down and urinate. Some students also went out to urinate and buy something, so I followed them out of the car to stretch my leg. Every student started moving different directions. Victoria and 2 other girls entered the graveyard to urinate. When some villagers saw them, they asked them to come out. Some of our classmates who heard their villagers saying that they had entered the graveyard started calling out on them to come out. The other 2 girls fearfully come out, but Victoria refused to come out. Everybody called out on Victoria to come out. I also called her to come out, that she had entered a graveyard and shouldn't urinate there, but Victoria refused. If here is graveyard and so, do I care? Victoria responded ignorantly. She didn't wonder if there was a consequence. Instead, she reluctantly squat down and pulled off her trouser and started urinating on someone's grave.